Alright, what is up? This is SLOplays, and I am back at it again with some more Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 news and content here on the channel. This is actually regarding all the Dragon Ball games. In reality, if you think about it, I didn't even think about it, I just thought about it like just a second whenever I was just talking. That's crazy. So, today we're actually going to be talking about the PlayStation 5 and the fact that Xenoverse 2 will be playable on PlayStation 5, and not only Xenoverse 2, but you can also play Xenoverse 1, you can play Dragon Ball FighterZ, you can play Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, you can even play Jump Force if you wanted to. Now, this is actually some pretty significant information, and this doesn't confirm or deconfirm like a newer, better version of Xenoverse 2 or even a Xenoverse 3. That's not what this video is about. I don't know if they're still going to do that. There's still a possibility that if they wanted to, they could make like a special edition for Xenoverse 2, but I doubt that they would change anything other than the fact that maybe they'll add like all the DLC or something. I don't know. How much DLC do we have? We have like 10 DLC packs and then the 11th free update, which obviously would, you know, come with the game by default once you update it or whatever, but yeah, this is pretty crazy. So, this was actually posted yesterday by the official PlayStation page on Twitter. They said, when the PS5 launches this November, more than 99% of the PS4 library will be playable on PlayStation 5. Your top backward compatibility questions answered. So, they have a little link here, and if you do follow the link, it basically just explains this right here, this tweet right here pretty much sums it up, okay? Just know that 99%, which is the good majority of PlayStation 4 games, will be playable. But I went ahead and clicked on the link, went ahead and checked it out, was kind of like reading through it and everything. And it says that the overwhelming majority of 4,000 plus PS4 games are playable on PS5 consoles. So select PS4 games will benefit from the PS5's console game boost. And then we have which may make PS4 games run with a higher or smoother frame rate. Now that is really good news for two games in particular, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot and Jump Force, okay? I know probably some of y'all don't really care for those games as much. You'd rather play like FighterZ or even Xenoverse, something like that. But this is good for those games, primarily for the reason that they had a locked frame rate on the PlayStation 4. And I think Xbox One also had it run really shitty too. Maybe it was a little bit better on Xbox One. I don't know because I don't own one. But from my experience, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot had some, not major lag issues, but it had a little bit of lagging issues. Plus, it was locked at 30 frames. Jump Force had major lag issues. They fixed a little bit of it, but it's still really bad. And it was locked at 30 frames. Now, if you play the game on PC, if you've seen some of the content on my channel with Kakarot and Jump Force, those run at a full 60 FPS. You can max it out, 1080p, 4K, whatever the hell you want. I don't know. Whatever, you know, monitor and settings that you have, you can have max full settings as long as your PC can handle it, and it ran into 60 FPS, which looked really good, especially with Jump Force and Kakarot. The frame rate boost is a real significant thing. Now, when it comes to Xenoverse and even FighterZ, I can say from experience that I never really had lag issues unless there was online. But in terms of like the actual game itself, maybe at times there was probably like some very, very minor lag that just pretty much went unnoticed. But I think that they did a really good job with those games. And I know FighterZ uses Unreal Engine. I know Xenoverse 2 doesn't. Xenoverse 2 is one of those where it's like, it's a game that doesn't require like a huge amount of memory and CPU and GPU power and everything. So that game was just fine. So, you know, those don't really have a problem. Now, I don't know if anything is really going to be boosted all that much with Xenoverse 2, but the fact that it is coming to the PS5 and will run better, or I mean the same if not better than it was running before, is pretty nice to hear. Now, I don't think it's going to necessarily look all that much better unless you have like a 4K monitor or something, because I know like what PS5 makes use of the 4K shit, something like that. But it says, although many PS4 games are playable on the PS5 consoles, some functionalities that were available on the PS4 console may not be available on PS5 consoles. In addition, some PS4 games may exhibit errors or unexpected behavior when played on PS5 consoles. Now, that is just some really odd news that like I was reading through whenever I first saw it, and I was just kind of like, so what? It just it just won't work or something? Now, when it comes to Xenoverse 2, I doubt there would be that much of a problem with it. Again, like I said, the game doesn't really require a lot of specific things. The PS5 at the base, I think, is pretty much like a foundation that was from the PS4. So they're still using probably the same mechanics and stuff. They're just way better, you know what I mean? But I did find that absolutely hilarious when I first saw it. So before purchasing add-ons to play with your PS4 games on PS5 consoles, please try to boot and play your PS4 games on your PS4 console to see if you are happy with the play experience. So I'm sure that this to me sounds more like a beta type of thing. Like they're going to test it. Obviously, they are not going to test every single 4,000 game to make sure it works. So they're probably, this is like in a way like saying, okay, the fans and like the people who are purchasing it, try the game out. If it's bad, we'll figure out a way to fix it. So that makes more sense to me. I think that is reasonable. I really don't expect them to play 4,000 plus games and say, oh yeah, this will run perfectly or whatever. So I don't know. That's just pretty funny the way that they worded it on here. So please note, playing PSVR games on PS5 consoles requires the VR headset. Nobody cares about that. Okay, always update your PS5 console to the latest version of the system software. So that right there just pretty much confirms that they will be having updates that go out probably as they are getting feedback from, you know, the fans and everything, and people who are actually experiencing these PS4 games and like, okay, this doesn't work on this PS4 game, blah blah blah, you know. So PS4 only games. Now there is going to be a select, very few. And I don't know if this will change. It does say at the very bottom here that this list is subject to change and excludes demos, media, non-game applications. So DWVR, I don't know what that is. Afro Samurai 2, Revenge of Kuma Volume 1, TT Isle of Man, Ride of the Edge 2, Just Deal With It, Shadow Complex Remastered, Robinson the Journey, We Sing, Hitman Go Definitive Edition, Shad Wen, and Joe's Diner. I don't know what any of those games are. I've never played them. I don't even think I've heard of them, honestly, except for maybe like the Afro Samurai 2 series or whatever. But oh, and Hitman. But other than that, I don't know any of these fucking games. I don't really care. But if you do like these games and you're a fan of these games, I have to say you might be disappointed that you cannot play these on PS5. These will be listed as a PS4 only. But yeah. Playing PS4 game disc on a PS5 console with the disc drive. Insert the PS4 game disc, you made a little download update, select the game hub from your games home, blah blah blah. So yeah, it is possible. It says that PS4 game disc can't be used with the PlayStation 5 digital edition. Transfer digital games, yes, you can do that through Wi-Fi and everything, and you can access PS4 games on a PS5 console directly from the PS5 extended storage drive. Install a PS4 game on the PS5 console, so you can download it from the store and everything. Upgrade eligible PS4 games to the PS5 version. You may have the option to upgrade your PS4 game to the digital PS5 version. Please visit this page, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so compatible controllers. So I did read through this, and it says that DualShock 4 wireless controller and PlayStation officially licensed third-party gamepad controllers will work on PS5 consoles with supported PS4 games. So for the best experience, use a DualShock 4 wireless controller when playing PS4 games and PS VR games on a PS5 console. PS5 games are not compatible with the DualShock 4 wireless controller. I keep saying DualShock. So it is I guess imperative that you do use this controller right here, the original like PS4 DualShock 4 or whatever. But I am a little bit kind of disappointed that you couldn't use the PS5. I know the PS5 controller is like pretty different, but I think it's got like, you know, same layout and stuff. I don't know. I just thought that would be cool. Like, oh yeah, I'm playing Xenoverse 2 with this new fancy ass controller. Like, that'd be sick. But yeah, there are compatibility limitations, everything. I'll link the article down below. You guys can read through everything or whatever. But it does say that the PS4 game experience for the PS5 or whatever, select titles will see increased loading speeds on the PS5 console, and will also leverage game boost, offering improved or more stable frame rates. Some titles with unlocked frame rates or dynamic resolution up to 4K may see higher fidelity. Additionally, PS4 games will also take advantage of some of PS5's new UX features, but more to come on that later. So this is all kind of like a WIP, a work in progress, a Cool Whip progress. they're still probably like looking through it and making sure that everything will work. Again, there might be issues. I still think that's absolutely hilarious, but PlayStation 5 launching this November will have, I mean, to our knowledge right here, because it wasn't listed, all the Dragon Ball games and Jump Force and everything. So that's going to be pretty cool. I'm excited to see if it'll run any better, or if it'll look better. Obviously the models and everything won't look better. It'll just be resolution up and stuff. But yeah, that is very, very cool news, and I'm pretty excited for it. I'm probably not getting the PS5 on launch day. I'll wait it out until, you know, things slow down and they are not going crazy and there's like, you know, scalpers and shit. So I'll just wait and I'll buy it whenever it's available for anyone at any time. So hopefully that is something that you guys might be interested in. Now, the next Xenoverse, or the next Dragon Ball game in general, most likely is going to be coming to PS5, and it'll most likely be sometime next year. This year, in general, we had Dragon Ball Z Kakarot at the very beginning, so they usually release a new Dragon Ball game every year. I am going to predict that it's going to be very, very late next year, in around October, November time. That makes sense to me. So until then, stay safe, leave a like, spread the word, and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.